Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about 5 things only stupid people do to their BMWs. Now, I know a lot of you are going to think, what is the stupid things people actually do? Well, there's a lot that many people don't even realise they're actually doing. And realistically, they're making their car look stupid and making their self look stupid. Because people like myself that are enthusiasts know what should be done to a BM and what shouldn't. Yes, people have different tastes to others, but these are the things that I just don't agree with. And many of you will be the same who don't agree with it either. So let's get onto the video and we'll go through the things that I think are very, very stupid for any BMW owner to do.
What? Goddamn, get it done, will ya? Woo! When the blow up now, everybody's so unusual with it. Shit. But said times in his rhymes, cause his memories. We running through New York, so you know.
So the first one is straight piping a 7 Series. I have no idea who in their mindset would straight pipe a 7 Series. This was a luxury cruiser built for cruising with the highest technology, yet you get some idiots who come along and try and straight pipe it and do it up like it's a race car. To give it somewhat I don't know. Power, if you want power, they developed the M cars for that. So why are people buying a luxury cruiser, which is meant to be for luxury cruising and driving around in style, to try and make it into something it's not? It is the most ridiculous and hideous thing I've ever seen. 1 Series can get away with it. 3 Series can get away with it. The 5 Series can barely get away with it. But these other cars, it really, really doesn't suit. But many seem to believe straight piping a 7 Series is cool. Now, I get they spent all that money on that car, but why would you want to have it straight piped? Are you feeling left out? What is the need for doing that? It doesn't look cool. You look an idiot driving down the road. And many people who experience, people myself in BMW, would call you an idiot. Most people, if you even took that to BMW, would laugh at you. Straight piping a 7 Series is not clever, it's not smart, it's not fun, it doesn't look good. You look at all. Rolling down the street with a straight piped 7 Series, which is a luxury car built for traveling in style, comfort and speed, not to be driving around like it's a race car. You ain't gonna take that on a track, because if you did, the handling's gonna be crap, because that's what they are on the E65s anyway. It's a big, heavy, long car, especially on the E66. Therefore, they're not a track car, so what are you straight piping them for? It doesn't make logic sense. All you're doing by removing them mufflers is creating yourself to lose more power than it's actually worth. That's why a lot of people do not remove the mufflers on a BMW E65 or E66. So it's a big, heavy car, and you need that low down torque to pull away. Now, the next one on these is people removing the back boxes, especially, and this one isn't to the E Series, because this wasn't people's fault, people were doing this for a reason, but on the F Series. Why are people still removing mufflers on the F Series? It's stupid, and I'll tell you why it's stupid. BMW spent 8 years designing the active sound design module, which, if you don't know what that is, that's to give you your engine sound through your speakers. So idiots wouldn't come along and do what they're doing right now by cutting off their mufflers. BMW chose to make the active sound design module for that specific reason, because they thought what it would do is stop people cutting off their mufflers, and that way make the government and everybody else happy in other countries, because people wouldn't feel the need to do that. But what did it take? It took some hillbilly from somewhere to create a cable to start bypassing it. And since that come out, a lot of people do it, but a lot of people learn to love the active sound design. Now, obviously, I'm not against exhaust systems. You've got Miltech, you've got Scorpion, you've got a lot of good brand names that can go on a car. But what I don't understand is BMW put this much investment to make us as BMW enthusiasts and owners happy, that they wanted to give us what we want, that they come up with a great idea, and people still wasn't happy. So do you see why BMW get very pissed off sometimes when they actually see owners actually doing this, when they put all their hard work and time to design something, and then you get people still not happy? People will never be happy no matter what you do. And this is why BMW give up and start making cars that nobody's gonna like. Because clearly everything they do is never right for someone. And it's always that one person who will never be happy. Now, me personally, I love the active sound design system. And I like the fact that it's got the exhaust flap. So the exhaust flap on the BMWS series, which you'll find in a lot of the exhausts on the M55s, are there for a reason. It keeps the car low and quiet at low revs, but the moment you plant your foot down, the exhaust flap will automatically open and it's electronically controlled to give you that noise. You also get that noise via the active sound design system. So why do people still feel the need to actually do back box deletes anymore? I just don't get it. And BMW are still making that still today in all the new cars because they don't want people removing the exhaust systems. Now, I would have got it if it was on an E-Series because unfortunately many people don't have the active sound design system. But there is ways to retrofit that to your E-Series. And I'm hoping to do a video on that later on my E60 M5. But finding the sound files for the engine isn't easy. So I need to figure out what kind of sound files they actually use to load from this engine to load to my active sound design module that I'm going to be retrofitting into this car. But I just don't get why many people still feel the need to try and bypass it, delete it, and then want to go and get another bigger exhaust. Because you know what doesn't make sense? They will bypass the active sound design saying they can't stand noise. Then they'll go and get a fully decatted exhaust system, which is incredibly loud and making the whole car drone. And then moan about the active sound design causing a noise through their speakers. But yet they're going to put on a louder exhaust system on their car. It doesn't make sense to me. Why people do that is insane. I know a lot of people do it for performance wise, but these exhausts, especially the M performance ones, are perfect even when tuned. You know, there is no need to upgrade your exhaust system. These exhaust systems on, you know, the M performance models are perfect and therefore don't need to be changed. But some people still think they need to change it. The next one, which I'm going to call stupid, and I have to call this stupid because it is stupid, is people modifying their diesel cars. Now in the UK, many of you who are going to watch this are from the US don't understand, but here a lot of people have a thing for tuning their diesels. Now let's put it clear and let's be truthful, the diesels do go very well when tuned, but it doesn't last for very long because you see the amount of torque and power that's being delivered to that car, yet people here like to say it's got an economy map, which is absolute crap. They never have an economy map because people do not buy a diesel for economy. And nobody would ever buy them cars for economy. Most people buy them because they're overrated for the power they deliver. Okay, and now the tune, I'll give it 6 months before the gearbox grenades on it or the engine starts developing faults, which I've always been right. I get enough people saying they should have listened to me, and many people can go and see on my M57 videos, people with untold problems with their diesel from remapping it, and I just won't help them. It's not because I don't know what their issue is, because I know fully well what their issue is. I just won't help them because they were stupid to go and get it remapped in the first place, and I'm not there to keep their car on the road. Now, these people will spend so much money being big turbos, which will cost 2.5 grand, 3 grand, 4 grand, 5 grand, doing this, doing that, when if they were smart enough, they would have saved all that money and gone and bought an M car. Why would you put all this time and money into a car that's never going to be worth anything? All you're doing is bringing down the value on that car, and that car's value is actually sinking. It's not an M car, it's never going to be an M car. So why do you desire to put all that money into that car when you could actually save that money, sell your car and go and buy a proper M car? It just doesn't make sense. And these are the stupid people that actually do this. Now the next one is people turning their E60s into M5 replicas. I have never seen something more stupid in my life. Yes, of course, once it's all done up, it gives it a nice look and looks like an M5. But let's be honest, it ain't a real M5 at all. And it never is going to be a real M5. Now, let me be clear here. The parts alone to buy to do that replica is not cheap. You've got £800 for the wing mirrors, £600 a bumper. The side trims are, I think, around 300. It is very, very expensive. Again, why ain't they just putting that money away and buying a proper M car? They're trying to make their car something it's absolutely not. And it looks stupid. I'm just trying to be real here. Many people ain't going to agree with me. Many people will agree with me. But if they do, you'll see exactly what I'm actually saying. It looks ridiculous and hideous. You do have the people that will laugh at you, and I would ask a lot of you to please comment below if you agree with what I'm saying and what you think of all this, because these are the things that stupid people do, think it looks cool, and when really it doesn't. Anyone who's a strong enthusiast or a strong BMW believer, I do not believe on doing that. Many people are going to sit and say to me, but I have an E65 30 over back box delete. I do indeed. The muffler delete. But that is now going to be going back to stock exhaust system, because overusing it for the course of 2 years since I've had it done, I've noticed that the power has gone down. I'm losing my torque, I'm losing a lot of power up the top as well because of that back box. And that isn't because of a mechanical fault, because the car's running fine. It's because of that back box. So I want to go back to my original silencers, because I see now why manufacturers put them there for a reason. And I don't get why many people want to actually chop them off. I don't understand people's mentality to do this to a car when you can save all that money and buy the real thing. These are the stupid things people do, and they make themselves look stupid in the car itself. I actually laugh at people when I see them in a car that looks like an M5 replica, especially when I'm driving down in this. And the reason I actually get angry about this is because people have come up to me before asking me if my one was a replica. And I actually got quite angry about that, because I thought to myself, are these people actually delusional? Is this how many people in the world are making their cars a replica and actually getting it sprayed the same color as this? Because this is why I bought this in Silverstone blue, because when you buy them in black, when you buy them in any other color, it can be mistaken for being a replica. But in Silverstone blue, you can't mistake this for being a replica. They didn't make another E60 in Silverstone blue apart from the M5. Of course, they did in black, they did in all the other colors, silver, but Silverstone blue, do me a favor. And that really got on my nerves when people actually thought I was driving a replica, because how can you mistake this for a replica? To the point I actually had to open the bonnet and show them what was under there, because they mistook mine, because that's how many they used to see in everywhere, is replicas, because that's all people drive. But obviously guys, I don't want to keep going on, because I know this video is going to actually piss off a lot of people. And if I am, good, because it should be. And I hope you take a lesson from this, that you look stupid and your car looks stupid. Because if this doesn't get to you, then obviously I'm not doing a good job at actually reaching you and obviously letting you know how ridiculous you look driving around in your car, that you could have actually gone and bought the real thing. So obviously I don't want to get onto this video anymore, guys. This is the stupidest things I think people do on their BMW. So if you do agree with me, leave a comment down below. If you disagree with me, you know, you can leave a comment as well. But this is just my personal opinion on the subject of what stupid people do in their BMWs. And I'm sorry, it is absolutely ridiculous. Thank you very much for watching, guys. It's BMW Dr. Dean here, and goodbye.